Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news all right, so here's the scoop. And trust me, it's a game changer. Rumors are swirling that the Washington Commanders might be eyeing a blockbuster move that could shake up the entire NFC East and even the league. The buzz is that Nick Bosa, the star pass rusher from the San Francisco 49ers, could be heading to Washington in a trade that's been quietly discussed behind the scenes. Now, this isn't just some rumor mill chatter. Sources like The Athletic are pointing to serious talks, and the potential deal involves the Commanders acquiring Bosa in exchange for a first-round pick in 2026 and a fourth-round pick in 2027. Plus, the 49ers are reportedly willing to cover a significant chunk of Bosa's salary, around $20 million, into December 2025, which would give Washington some breathing room financially. And all of this comes with a focus on youth and future stability, which is exactly what the Commanders need right now. Now, let's take a deep dive into why this could be such a game-changing move. First off, Bosa's already established himself as one of the premier pass rushers in the league. In just 3 games so far this season, he's put up impressive numbers: 9 solo tackles, 8 assists, 2 forced fumbles, and a total of 17 combined tackles. He's also logged 2 sacks, 9 quarterback hits, and a fumble recovery. That's the kind of production that can turn a defense around almost overnight. Bosa's career stats are nothing short of spectacular. Over 60 sacks so far, with a pass rush grade above 90 from PFF, and a win rate of around 21%. He's one of those players who can be a game winner, especially when the stakes are high. His clutch pressures and ability to disrupt opposing offenses make him a nightmare for quarterbacks, and his leadership on the line is something the Commanders could really benefit from. But what makes Bosa such a perfect fit for Washington? Well, for starters, the Commanders' defense has shown flashes of brilliance this season, but has lacked that consistent, game-changing edge presence. They rank around 20. 7 points allowed per game, which is solid but not elite. Adding a player like Bosa could elevate the entire unit, especially the pass rush, which is crucial in today's NFL. When Bosa's on the field, the pressure he applies forces teams into mistakes, and it opens up opportunities for other defenders to make plays. His ability to pressure the quarterback, with a PFF grade over 90 in pass rush, means he can consistently create chaos in the backfield. That, combined with the potential to double his sack tally from previous seasons, makes him a true difference maker. And let's not forget, the Commanders are looking to rebuild with a focus on young talent, and Bosa fits that mold perfectly. A young star in his prime, ready to lead this team forward. Looking at the 49ers situation, they're currently 9-4, and they're facing some tough choices. The team is under pressure to extend key players like Bosa, but with a limited salary cap and the need to keep their roster balanced, a trade might be the best move for them. Plus, there's the fact that some of their defensive linemen are getting a bit long in the tooth, and making space for new, versatile talent is probably part of their long-term plan. The 49ers' defense has been pretty solid, giving up just 27 points per game, but with injuries and roster decisions, they're prioritizing youth and flexibility. Trading Bosa could free up around $28 million in cap space, giving them some breathing room to work on extensions or rebuild with draft picks. Now, just imagine the impact this could have on the Commanders' defense. If Bosa joins forces with the existing pass rush, the numbers could skyrocket, projecting around 14 sacks for Bosa and fellow edge rusher Chase Young, which would be a massive boost. The pressure rate could increase by over 22%, forcing more turnovers, forcing opponents into longer third-down situations, and pushing their total yards allowed down even further, from around 354 yards per game to closer to 310. That's the kind of dominance that turns a team into a playoff contender, and it also helps keep opposing offenses honest, giving the Commanders' secondary more freedom to make plays. Having a player like Bosa on the field also means the defense can force more turnovers and recoveries, and his ability to generate pressure under pressure is exactly what the Commanders need to elevate their game. And let's talk about the bigger picture here, the impact on the playoff picture. The odds of the Commanders making a deep run could take a serious leap forward if they land Bosa. Currently, the projections suggest they're around 8-9, with a chance to push that even higher. Bosa's presence could elevate Washington's chances of making the postseason and advancing further. When you add a player of his caliber, especially one who's proven clutch ability in big moments, you're not just adding a pass rusher, you're adding a true X-factor. His pressure rate in the playoffs has been around 18%, and his ability to generate clutch sacks, those game-changing moments, could be the difference between an early exit and a deep playoff run. It's not just about the regular season anymore. Bosa's experience and talent could be what pushes Washington into that elite tier of NFL teams. Now the big question is, what does this mean for the NFC East and the league as a whole? Well, if the Commanders pull this off, it's a clear signal that they're serious about contending now and building for the future. They're not just going for a quick rebuild. They want to establish themselves as a dominant force. A move like this could also send shockwaves through the league, especially to division rivals like the Eagles and Cowboys. Both teams have been contenders, but adding a player like Bosa could tilt the balance in Washington's favor and make the NFC East even more competitive. This kind of move could redefine the division for years, with the Commanders not just trying to catch up but leapfrogging their rivals with a star like Bosa leading the charge. To wrap it all up, this potential trade is more than just a roster move. It's a statement. The Commanders are aiming higher, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. If they can pull off acquiring Nick Bosa, it would be a game changer, not just for this season, but for the future of the franchise. It's about establishing dominance, creating a defense that strikes fear into opponents, and finally giving the fans a team they can be proud of, one that's built to compete at the highest level for years to come. And honestly, as fans, we should be excited about the possibilities because this could mark the start of something really special. Imagine Bosa lining up alongside Chase Young, creating that relentless pass rush that makes life miserable for quarterbacks. That's the kind of defense that wins championships. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think Bosa is the piece that takes us over the top? Would you trade those picks and cap space for a player of his caliber? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the team. Remember, I'll be back soon with even more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. Whether it's big trades, injury updates, or game analyses, we're here to keep you in the loop. Thanks for riding along, and let's keep this passion alive. Go Commanders!